What's up, guys? Hope you are well. Welcome to another training at Trained by YBS. Those who don't know me, my name is Yash Vardhan Swami, and first 18 years of my life, I was obese. I was heavier by 44 kgs. Then I lost my weight, and then I become a transformation coach. And our mission is simple: making it the last time you are dieting. Along with helping our clients lose fat, one of the main things which we do is we fix their health. And one of the most important pillars to fix your health is fixing your sleep. And this is a framework to help you fix your sleep without any pills, without anything synthetic. And that is what. Before we understand how to fix the sleep, let's understand why sleep is important. So, if you are sleeping less than 7 hours a night consistently, it can lead to lot of issues in your health and your body. Number one is if you are on a fat loss journey, it would reduce the amount of fat loss and it would increase the amount of muscle loss. Guys, इस पे स्टडी हुई थी दो ग्रुप थे एक ग्रुप था both groups were having the same amount of calories same amount of caloric deficit था but the group which was sleeping less उनका फैट लॉस कम हुआ एंड मसल लॉस ज्यादा हुआ एंड दैट इज द लास्ट थिंग यू वांट इफ यू वांट गुड हेल्थ लॉन्ग टर्म. Next is if you don't sleep enough, your craving levels go up and your satiety goes down. आपका चीफ satiety हार्मोन होता है जिसका नाम होता है लेप्टिन. That goes down if you don't sleep enough. And your chief hunger hormone, which is called ghrelin, that goes up. अब ghrelin ऊपर जाएगा, leptin नीचे जाएगा, तो you'll keep on feeling hungry all the time and you'll end up eating more calories. Another thing which happens when you're not sleeping enough is your emotional reactivity goes up, which affects all areas of your life. Be it your relationships, you feel cranky all the time. Be it your trust in process when it comes to your transformation, be it your fat loss. So, if you want a better life, better mood, you need to sleep enough. If you don't sleep enough, your cognitive function can go down by up to 25%. 25% अब सुनने में आपको ज्यादा नहीं लगेगा बट मैं आपको एक्सप्लेन करता हूँ. जो आपका काम करने में आपको 6 आवर्स लगते हैं वो सेम काम आपको करने में लगेंगे 8 आवर्स. And if this keeps on happening every day, see how much money and how much time are you losing, right? Apart from that, आपकी neuroplasticity नीचे चली जाती है, your productivity goes down, and that this leads to a lot of brain fog. So if you have started feeling कि यार आपकी sharpness खत्म हो गई है overall brain की और thinking की, chances are you are not getting quality sleep every night, quality or quantity wise. Next is increased inflammation and risk of certain cancers and even Alzheimer's. One of the biggest predictors for Alzheimer is your sleep quality, and that is what we are going to fix. Along with inflammation, your immunity goes down, your hormones go down, hormones including testosterone, and all other female reproductive hormones would also get affected because of the increased stress due to lack of sleep. So let's learn how to fix our sleep in a very with a very simple, easy framework, and which has changed lives of over 4 to 5,000 of our clients. Why did I say 4 to 5,000? Because I'm used to saying 4,000, but now it's over 5,000 people we have worked with in the last 8 years. Okay, so the first principle which you need to understand is that your sleep routine starts in the morning. A lot of times people come up to me and say, what is the best sleep routine? My answer is always fix your morning. Fix your morning. And how do we do that? Start your day with sunlight exposure. As soon as you wake up in the morning, just go out and spend some time in the sun. पहली चीज मैं यहाँ पे एक और भी मेंशन करूंगा that lot of times people think कि यार gloomy day पे बाहर जाने का फायदा नहीं है. Gloomy day है फिर भी आप बाहर जाओगे that your sleep would get better, right? And how does it get better? Via alignment of something called your circadian rhythm. In simple terms, circadian rhythm कुछ नहीं होता. It's your body clock. Body clock align हो जाती है जिसकी वजह से your body gets signal as to when to release melatonin. Melatonin क्या होता है? रात को release होता है ज्यादा, which dictates your body clock. एंड मेलेटोनिन जितना ज्यादा ऑप्टिमली रिलीज होगा, जितनी बेटर सिग्नलिंग आपकी बॉडी को मिलेगी इन द मॉर्निंग की यार हाँ अभी मॉर्निंग चल रही है अभी जरूरत नहीं है, शाम को जरूरत है, सिंथेसिस स्टार्ट कर दो, इट चेंजेस द गेम, राइट? सो दिस पार्ट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर योर ओवरऑल हेल्थ. सो आपने कुछ नहीं करना, गेट अप एंड स्पेंड सम टाइम इन द सन. Some time is a subjective word. I personally spend at least 20 to 30 minutes every morning. But if you don't have 20 to 30 minutes in the morning, start with 10 minutes. Anything would help. And this is something which I've been doing myself doing since last 5 years. Game changer. And whenever I don't spend time in the sun in the morning, that always affects my sleep. Right? Apart from that, it would also getting sunlight in the morning would help with two more things. Number one, serotonin production. And serotonin क्या होता है? It's a feel good neurotransmitter. You'll feel good. Do you want to feel good every day you wake up? If the answer is yes, go out and spend some time in the sun, right? Also, direct sunlight also helps with vitamin D3 synthesis in our body. इसमें बड़ा interesting fact बताता हूँ. People think a lot of times people, and I also used to think this back in the day, that white sun gives us vitamin D. No, sun sun rays actually helps our body synthesis vitamin D3, right? So that is what. अब ये बताता हूँ guys, circadian rhythm alignment के लिए you don't need to necessarily sit directly in the sun. बट अगर आपने विटामिन D3 सिंथेसिस करना है तो आपकी स्किन पे सन पड़ना चाहिए. तो बेसिकली इफ योर गोल इज जस्ट दिस, जस्ट सिट इन द सन, राइट? यू कैन सिट इन द शेड एंड यू आर गुड, यू विल बी फाइन. Same goes for serotonin production. So first thing is start prioritizing a good morning routine. And what I do like doing is I like stacking habits in the morning. Along with sunlight, I read a book, and that's one of the best activities you can do. Read a book, or even just listen to music. That also works in the beginning, and later on start optimizing it. So my morning routine is, I'll give you in short. I wake up, I drink a lot of water with uh, greens alongside. Then I get out and sit in the sun, walk 1500 steps, read a book, or listen to an audiobook, and I'm done. That's my morning routine for the most part. Next is very important. This is very important, and this has been a big problem for me myself for years. Yeah, a lot of times we are told to believe कि यार, if we cut out caffeine 4 hours before sleep, that is fine. Scientifically speaking, it is not, because caffeine has a half life of 6 hours, right? That means आपकी बॉडी से completely बाहर निकलने में कैफीन को लगेंगे 10 to 12 hours. Half life is half life and complete life is double of that, right? So 10 to 12 hours लगेंगे आपकी बॉडी से completely निकलने में. So that is why what I would want you to do is cut your caffeine intake early in the morning. And एक और गलतफहमी बहुत बार हमें होती है कि यार कैफीन सिर्फ कॉफी में भी होती है, टी में भी होती है, ग्रीन टी में भी होती है, and until unless it's a variant which specifically mentions that this is caffeine free, right? So stimulant should be avoided later in the day, and start with moving this. If it is 4 hours right now, start with moving this to 6 to 8 hours, then eventually move it to 10 to 12 hours, and you'll be surprised as to how your sleep quality improves. Next, guys, एक चीज understand करो that sleep is a parasympathetic activity. That means your sleep is an activity which only takes place when you are in a rest and digest mode. मतलब when your body is in a calm mode. But if you are working, stressful work कर रहे हो सोने से just पहले, या वर्कआउट कर रहे हो बहुत ज्यादा स्ट्रेसफुल, मतलब basically very intense workout, or you're getting stressed over anything, maybe you're fighting with your girlfriend or whatever. If that is happening in the final hours of your wakefulness, don't do that. Simple idea देता हूँ आपको. Next time your girlfriend or your wife is fighting with you, or your husband or your boyfriend is fighting with you, tell them, okay, let's fight tomorrow in the morning. That's better, because otherwise it would mess up your sleep. Jokes apart. So basically, guys, final hours of your wakefulness में आपने क्या करना है कि do not do intense work or do not do intense workouts. Cortisol होता है एक चीफ स्ट्रेस हार्मोन कहते हैं इसको. इसकी हाफ लाइफ 66 मिनट्स है. मतलब अगर ये आप रिलीज करते हो, आप कोई ऐसी एक्टिविटी कर रहे हो जिससे रिलीज हो रहा है, तो into 2, इससे डबल टाइम लगेगा for your body to get back into the parasympathetic nervous system mode. अब ये hypothetical चीज मैं बोल रहा हूँ because obviously it's different for everybody. Some people can get stressed and sleep also. But scientifically speaking, in the final, this is what I personally do. Final 3 hours of my wakefulness, for example, if I have to sleep at 12, मैं 9 p.m. के बाद I wouldn't do anything stressful. I'll try. I mean, most days are like this. Some days, obviously you need to go out of the way and fight with the partner. And by the way, I'm not fighting with my partner right now, but I love giving this example, right? So just do not stress in the final hours of your wakefulness, and this includes your workout also. And that is what. I mean, try to just move your intense stuff as away from your sleep as possible. जितना दूर कर सकते हो उतना better, right? Because क्या होता है, when cortisol is in your bloodstream when you're stressed, that means your wakefulness can make you feel alert. एंड स्लीप के लिए क्या कर चाहिए हमें? ड्राउजी रहना है, राइट? एंड अगेन कीप इन माइंड गाइस, cortisol can hinder release of melatonin, the cheap sleep hormone. मॉर्निंग रूटीन भी मैंने क्या बताया था आपको? वो मेलाटोनिन सिग्नलिंग में हेल्प करता है, मेलाटोनिन रिलीज में नहीं, सिग्नलिंग में हेल्प करता है, राइट? सो इन द फाइनल 3 to 4 hours of your wakefulness, avoid taking stress, right? Also the same goes for horror movies और mentally stimulating movies. कई बार क्या होती है, जो movies बहुत ही ज्यादा mentally stimulate कर देती है, avoid them in the final hours of your wakefulness. And like I mentioned, no fighting with your partner at night, right? Also intense workouts late at night. So now if you're someone who's working, the only option you have is working out late at night. उसमें क्या करो, थोड़ा सा पीछे कर दो, और मे बी स्टार्ट योर वर्कआउट विद द इंटेंस मूवमेंट्स एंड एंड योर वर्कआउट विद चिल मूवमेंट, सो दैट वो कॉर्टिसोल वाला पार्ट पहले ही सॉर्ट हो जाए. एंड दैट इज व्हाट. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज इंटॉक्सिकेंट कट. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ये भी बहुत तगड़ी गलत फहमी है. एंड दिस गलत फहमी, आई डोंट नो वेयर इट कम्स फ्रॉम, बिकॉज when I was growing up, my grandfather used to say that his doctor has recommended him alcohol for better sleep. अब मुझे ये 100% नहीं पता कि डॉक्टर ने कहा था या दादाजी ऐसे ही कहते थे, बिकॉज मे बी ही वांटेड अस नॉट टू ड्रिंक एंड स्टफ लाइक दैट. बट लिकर डिस्ट्रॉयज योर स्लीप, इवन वन ड्रिंक, राइट? Understand karo, guys, it is a sedative. Whenever you are having any type of nasha as such, most of the times it's a sedative. Sedative in the sense that it puts you to sleep. That means आपको drowsy कर देता है, but that does not make sure कि आप sleep mode में चले गए हो, but that does not make sure that you're having quality sleep. Because बहुत बार आप notice करोगे, if you are having alcohol or even smoking up, अल्कोहल कर रहे हो या स्मोकअप कर रहे हो, आप देखोगे कि आप रात को उठने लग जाते हो, यू वेक अप टू पी, एंड एट टाइम्स यू जस्ट sleep is disturbed. And this applies to everyone because this is something which I've been tracking via various trackers since years. And that is what, right? Earlier I was using Aura Ring, then I use a Bootstrap. And whenever, even if I'm having one drink, चाहे मुझे अगले दिन कुछ feel नहीं हो रहा, the tracker says something else. Why? बिकॉज अंडरस्टैंड करो यार, अल्कोहल क्या है? इट्स अ स्टिमुलेंट, इट्स अ थर्मोजेनिक, आपके वो बॉडी का टेम्परेचर बढ़ा देता है. एंड एज मोस्ट ऑफ अस नो दैट टू स्लीप वेल एंड टू एंटर इन डीप स्लीप मोड, आवर बॉडी टेम्परेचर हैज टू गो डाउन, राइट? बिकॉज अल्कोहल थर्मोजेनिक है. सो इट इज एक्चुअली किलिंग योर स्लीप irrespective of it making you sleep, right? स्मोकिंग अप भी इम्पेयर करता है स्लीप को. जब whenever you're smoking up, there are two parts to that. उसमें THC होता है और थोड़ा सा CBD होता है. If you're just consuming CBD, um, then it's fine. CBD can help you improve sleep. But अगर आप स्मोक अप कर रहे हो स्मोकिंग के फॉर्म में, या उसमें टोबैको ऐड कर रहे हो, या सिगरेट ऐड कर रहे हो, या सिगरेट भी पी रहे हो, all of these things act as stimulants and they mess up your sleep, right? So don't smoke up at night. And same goes for smoking cigarettes because nicotine is a stimulant, right? Also, CBD supplements, on the other hand, जिसमें THC बिल्कुल भी नहीं है, can help some people to sleep better, right? Personally, मैंने यूज किया था CBD, inefficient है मेरे हिसाब से, and that is what. So stop having any nasha if you wanna improve your sleep. Stop them, or just move them as early as possible in the day. Next is food cut. The biggest mistake I've made in my sleep, in my life, was that I had that habit of sleep eating just before my bedtime. It is the worst thing you can do for your sleep, right? It can get can get a little subjective, but eating big meals close to your bedtime is not good for your deep sleep, right? Neither it is good for your digestion, because क्या होता है, जो final hour of your wakefulness क्या होता है, stomach HCl production goes down by up to 47%. 47% basically optimality आपकी in a way digestion की कम हो रही है, right? So ideally have the final meal of the day at least 3 hours before your bedtime. But अगर आपको आदत है तो start moving it to 2 hours before bedtime, and that would change the game, right? One thing which I've noticed myself also is having a fruit does not interrupt sleep that way. अगर कई बार फ्रूट ले रहे हो आप, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, बट फुल फ्लेजेड मील्स मत खाओ. मैं आपको I'll give you an example. क्या होता था मेरे लिए, माई स्लीप क्वालिटी वॉज ऑलवेज गुड, बट आई यूज टू वेक अप एवरी नाइट टू पी. I used to think, wow, I'm hydrating well. But actually, the issue was this. And when I started making that food cut ki final hour, 2 to 3, final meal at least 2 to 3 hours before I sleep, my sleep is straight 8 hours now. Matlab, I don't need to wake up to pee in between. एंड होता था आई यूज्ड टू आई स्टार्टेड थिंकिंग कि यार मे बी आई एम वेकिंग अप टू पी because I have UTI or something like that. I got that tested, then I realized कि यार it's a very basic thing. So have your last meal a little early. एक और भी इसमें चीज बता देता हूँ. Most cases में मैंने क्या देखा कि यार having carbs in the final meal of the day can actually help you sleep well. Why? Because of something called the tryptophan, serotonin, melatonin pathway. Long story short, when you have carbs, insulin spike होता है जिसकी वजह से uh, certain nutrients, specifically tryptophan, goes to your brain. That helps your body produce serotonin and helps in something called the 5-HTP pathway, जिसमें serotonin को melatonin में convert करने में help करता है, right? And if you're someone who wakes up mid-sleep to pee, this might be one of the reasons. Another reason can be UTI, but सबसे पहले इससे start करो and you'll change the game. And obviously alcohol and everything else which I mentioned. Next is blue light blocking can be a game changer. Late in the evening, you don't want any bright light or blue light exposure as it hinders release of melatonin. अब आप एक चीज recurrent theme देख रहे होगे कि in the end it's about melatonin for the most part because it is the chief sleep hormone. Apart from sleep, it also helps with immunity and a lot of other good things in your body, right? So simplest चीज बता देता हूँ. At night, avoid using bright screens or on phones or TV and laptops. Good that it's very good that phone, TV, laptop हर चीज में अब एक night mode का option आता है. Just turn it on after 8 p.m. If you sleep at 12, 8 p.m. के बाद 8 p.m. और 7 p.m. के बाद नाइट मोड ऑन कर दो. स्टार्टिंग में थोड़ा सा आपको लगेगा कि यार क्या येलो 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 सी स्क्रीन है, बट यू नो दैट वुड चेंज द गेम. वंस अगेन व्हाट हैपेंड, back to this. If your phone or TV does not have a night mode option, download this app which is called Flux. That also does the same thing. You can also wear blue light blocking glasses in the final hours of your wakefulness. It is also a great thing which you can add. And मेरे personal experience से what I'm wearing right now is also blue light blocking. But the most effective are the ones with orange tint होता है जिनमें. Uh, they are like most efficient according to me. Also, if you are traveling to different time zones and you want to regulate your sleep cycle, then you might want to use your exposure to sleep. For example, if you don't want to sleep right now, then expose yourself to blue light, right? And if you want to sleep early, stop exposing yourself to blue light, right? So this can also help with sleep regulation, especially when you want to avoid jet lag or manage jet lag. Next is now comes the main one. Generally, लोग इसके बारे में ही सोचते हैं. And I told you that 70% of the game happens before your sleep routine. So you can call it a pre-sleep routine or a wind down routine, right? I like keeping my pre-sleep routine sweet and simple. So first thing which I do is with after my final meal, I I walk inside my house. So I do a slow walk. अब इसके दो एडवांटेजेस हैं. पहली बात तो कि इट हेल्प्स विद पेरिस्टालसिस आल्सो. पेरिस्टालसिस क्या होता है? मूवमेंट ऑफ फूड इन योर डाइजेस्टिव ट्रैक्ट. सो बेसिकली डाइजेशन में भी हेल्प कर रहा है. Second, slow walks also stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system mode. That is the rest and digest mode. So that is helping you chill, right? I generally do that with my parents, mom, dad, wife. Now, mom, dad, and wife. तो basically सबके साथ हमारा एक quality time भी fix हो रखा है कि यार after dinner everyone walks together, right? देन आई राइट डाउन टास्क फॉर द नेक्स्ट डे. ये मैं इतना रेगुलरली नहीं करता, बट फॉर सम पीपल इट्स अ गेम चेंजर. बहुत बार लोग कंप्लेन करते हैं कि यार मेरा रात को ना व्हेन आई लाई डाउन ऑन बेड मेरा माइंड चल रहा होता है. एंड दिस इज द रीजन. व्हेन यू डू अ ब्रेन डंप, कुछ नहीं करना, अपने नेक्स्ट डे के टास्क लिख दो एंड यू विल सडनली फील योर ब्रेन हैज बिकम काइंड ऑफ एम्प्टी. दैट इज ग्रेट. Then I meditate for 15 to 20 minutes. I'm not very regular with meditating at night. Earlier, I used to meditate just at night, but now I make sure that I'm just meditating, be it afternoon, be it morning, be it night. But when I started meditating, I started doing it pre-sleep because that was the only time when I had time for myself. उस time बहुत busy होता था back in the day. Busy अभी भी हूँ, but now it has become a priority, so I try to meditate early in the day. So 15 to 20 minutes meditate करता हूँ. If you're a beginner, start with 5 minutes, 5 minutes of body scan meditation. Right? Sorry for my handwriting, but 5 minutes of body scan meditation start karo and you'll be good. One of the biggest hacks for sleep is reading pre-sleep. अब सुनने में थोड़ा बोरिंग लगेगा. I generally read light stuff, not mentally stimulating stuff. मतलब self help वगैरह इतना मैं नहीं पढ़ता because generally when I'm reading self help or something like that, मेरे साथ personally क्या होता है that my brain starts, I get a lot of ideas in my brain and my brain starts running. Also, this can be subjective. So I generally read light stuff, spiritual stuff पढ़ता हूँ for the most part. And then I get into my gratefulness routine. I thank God for the wonderful day, life, and I sleep. रीडिंग कितनी देर करनी है? 5 to 7 minutes. जरूरी नहीं है आपने बहुत ज्यादा करना है, बट एक लॉजिक देखो guys. When you do you remember when you used to give exams and exam से पहले we used to feel drowsy very fast? Why did that happen? That used to happen because of this reason, right? Because you were reading. Reading also promotes something called escapism. When you are reading, आपका mind आपकी life troubles से निकल के reading पे आ जाता है. That actually, makes it calmer for you and easy for your body to, for your brain and thoughts to wind down. इसके अलावा, ensure that room is pitch black and the temperature is cool. रूम इफ योर रूम इज पिच ब्लैक, लिटरली पिच ब्लैक होना चाहिए. पिच ब्लैक इस हिसाब से होना चाहिए कि अगर आप डे में भी कर्टेन्स लगा रहे हो तब भी ऑलमोस्ट 90% अंधेरा हो जाता है. एंड दैट इज समथिंग व्हिच यू नीड टू वर्क अराउंड, बिकॉज इफ यू डू दैट ये भी बहुत हेल्प करेगा. टेम्परेचर शुड बी कूल बिकॉज लाइक आई मेंशनड, टू एंटर योर डीप स्लीप योर बॉडी टेम्परेचर हैज टू गो डाउन. सो इफ योर the temperature of your room is already cool, that helps. Apart from that, you also can use a weighted blanket. I was using it back in the day. Ab nahi, after wedding, I have been unable to use because my wife gets irritated because of that. But weighted blanket bhi use kar sakte ho. It was a good addition, definitely, but it's not be all and all. Baki cheezon ka dhyan rakhoge, that can sort it out. Okay, so these were the main pointers and some notes for sleep. Goal आपका क्या होना चाहिए? 7.5 hours of quality sleep every night. 7.5 hours, no matter what. Younger and elder individuals would need more sleep. इसमें एक चीज बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट याद रखो कि एवरीवन नोस कि यार यंगर पीपल नीड मोर स्लीप. समहाउ एक नोशन है कि यार एल्डर पीपल की नीड लेस स्लीप बिकॉज उनकी ना ऑटोमेटिकली स्लीप कम हो जाती है. बिल्कुल भी नहीं. अगर उनकी ऑटोमेटिकली स्लीप कम हो गई है, स्टार्ट करना, ऑप्टिमाइज करो स्लीप रूटीन उनका, बिकॉज दे ऑल्सो नीड मोर स्लीप दैन पीपल बिटवीन एज ऑफ 18 and maybe 55, I would say. नेक्स्ट इज नाइट शिफ्ट्स कैन बी डिलीरियस फॉर योर हेल्थ. इस पे बहुत ज्यादा स्टडीज है, राइट? सो हाउएवर, टेकिंग केयर ऑफ ब्लू लाइट एक्सपोजर मॉर्निंग एंड इवनिंग व्हेन यू वेक अप एंड प्री स्लीप, जो मैंने आपको पहले मेंशन किया, प्लस मील टाइमिंग्स कैन हेल्प अ लॉट. Meal timings and also caffeine timings. For example, if you have a night shift from 2 a.m. to 8 a.m. and you sleep at 9, try to cut down caffeine at 10 or something like that. Same rules. Rules सारे सेम अप्लाई करेंगे, बट आपने मेन करना है मैनिपुलेट मील टाइमिंग को और एंड लाइट को, राइट? नेक्स्ट इज naps can be helpful if you cannot get enough sleep at night. Some people are like, okay, I can only sleep for 6 hours every night. Can I nap in the afternoon? Yes, it's not the most optimal thing, but as long as you are able to get 7.5 hours every day in that 24-hour period, that's always better. You can also add in magnesium, zinc, and certain B spectrum vitamins that can help with sleep. As मैंने आपको starting में mention किया था, without pills, but these are not pills specifically for sleep. These are things which you add for your overall health. Magnesium takes care of over 300 plus processes in your body. Zinc is very important for immunity and neurotransmitter function and other processes. And B spectrum vitamins are very important for literally everything from energy production to mood to everything, even digestion, right? So magnesium, zinc, and good multivitamin can change the game, and that is what I personally have. अगर मैग्नीशियम लेना है तो either take glycinate or take threonate, and zinc you can take acetate also, picolinate also, and yeah. And last but not the least, guys, one of my favorite principles of life is what gets tracked gets improved, right? So start tracking your sleep. You can do that subjectively also. Subjectively कैसे कर सकते हो कि every morning when you wake up, just note down कि यार कैसी रही आपकी sleep. That's all. Just tracking that would also change the game. But if you have access to a tracker, that can also help. So tracker, what kind of tracker can you use? You can use something like an Apple Watch. I personally use a bootstrap and super good. And again, this is not paid promotion. No one pays me for anything apart from my clients. So basically, I don't do paid promotions, but this is a good find. Great. इससे पहले मैं Aura ring use कर रहा था. That was also good, but I personally find this more convenient. Right? Principle कुछ नहीं है. What gets tracked gets improved. Right? And a lot of times you get insight as to कि आपने alcohol पी अगले दिन आपको पता लग गया आपकी sleep पूरी messed up थी tracking से. That also helps in a way. So guys, this is all, and that is what. And एक चीज मैं आपको बता देता हूँ as always guys, I shared a lot of tools in this post and you might be feeling overwhelmed कि यार इतनी सारी चीजें करनी है नहीं करनी इतनी सारी चीजें. Start with one thing. Start with the thing which is easiest for you to execute right now, and that is what. Easiest मैंने जनरली देखा है मोस्ट लोगों के लिए क्या होता है कैफीन की टाइमिंग चेंज करना, meal की टाइमिंग चेंज करना एंड सनलाइट. Start with these three. Once you're comfortable with them, move to the other ones, second, third, fourth, and so on. And but what I've seen is you can apply all of these long term, right? It doesn't mean that all 7 days this has to be the same, right? I do have alcohol every now and then, right? I do sleep at maybe 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Once in a while during Saturdays or while traveling. That is fine. But game is in following these on most days, not all days, right? Because I don't believe in giving up on my social life or my enjoyment because of uh, sleep. I might do that long term once I am maybe over 50. Uh, right now, my priority is maintaining health, improving health while enjoying life, right? So I don't like getting obsessed. Neither I promote getting obsessed, and that's what. Like I mentioned, at times I do work late at night. At times I am drinking late at night. At times, I don't have time to wear my blue light blockers, and that's what. Also, guys, it's not just about one day. It's always about what we do on most days, and that this is the one of the most important principles when it comes to a transformation, health, um, or even sleep. And guys, that is all. Hope this helps. And guys, if you're someone who wants to actually fix their sleep while getting transformed, while losing 10 to 55 kgs plus kgs, if you want to lose 10 to 55 kgs permanently while making it the last time you're dieting, you can fill in the short form or WhatsApp us or simply DM us on Instagram. And that's all. Also, if you watched it till here and this you find it valuable, please get back to me and message me because if you message me, it's like a validator for me that these things help so that I can make more and more trainings and resources like this and hope this helps. And let's fix your sleep. Bye.